So, guys, my main point, my main aim here is to talk about secret success and struggles with siege. Like I said, we go through a lot as immigrants. One of the things that I went through when I just landed was having to find a job. Canada is just funny somehow. People believe, like Canadians believe in their Canadian experience. Canadians believe in their own people. Like they have this like group of mafias, like my friend would call it. And so it was pretty difficult even after I studied in the US. I did my master's at the US and I came here. It was pretty difficult just getting a job. I had two master's degrees from the US and it was just difficult. I was applying. The US believes in transferable skills, but here, like if they don't see that position that they're looking for on your resume, that's it. You don't get anywhere. You don't stand a chance. So yeah, that's I'm not the only one who has gone through this. A lot of immigrants are going through it currently. A lot of people, find it difficult to get jobs. Some people are lucky. I wouldn't lie. Some people are lucky to get it within 2 weeks of landing, but majority of people have to either join employment agencies, have to either, do so many things, network. And it's difficult to network as a new immigrant, right? Because you don't know anybody. You're still trying to settle in. You're still trying to understand your environment. You're still trying to understand how things are done in the new city that you are in. If you have kids, you're still trying to put them in school. If you have like it's a lot. You're still trying to understand, like even if you have a church community, if you're a Christian or a Muslim, a mosque community, you're still trying to understand the people around you, and still trying to get to trust people. So it's very difficult at first, but it's not, it's not like how would I say it? It's not impossible or it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot, Melanin. Yeah, it's a lot. But that's why it's good to have a strong community. And that's what I'm hoping to achieve with this secret success and struggles with Siege. I'm hoping that people can dial in, people can like I will dedicate 2 hours either on Saturday or Sunday every week. I'll try my best. I mean, because I'm also it's busy for me and I'm also living the immigrant life. Like I'm also struggling. And I mean, I think I have passed some of the worst phases by God's grace. But I still some things come up. Like I was in the US, I had a huge community because I studied there, right? I had my friends from school, I had my friends from church, I had, I didn't have family in the US, but it was as if I had family because I had gained that, developed those friendships that have turned into family. But coming to Canada, like no friends, nothing. Like I was just like, oh, what's happening? And then it was difficult because I was also trying to get to work, look for a job, get a job. I eventually got the job after 8 months of driving Uber. Some of you know the story. I had to drive for Uber for 8 months before getting my full-time job. And it was difficult. I was struggling with that. I was also struggling with, just getting friends, right? If you don't have family, you don't have friends, support system. You need that support system as an immigrant. And that's what I'm trying to create for people. I know that it's difficult for people to come up and say, a lot of people are scared of their family, their village people. And so they don't want to come up and show their face, that they're going through any struggles. And so I said, you know what? I'm just going to create this page. I'm just going to make it anonymous. I have my second phone here. I'm going to get a line for this thing and people can dial in anonymously and share what they're going through. I can, share my own advice or feedback or support, and then post the video right later after the live. And yeah, depression is real. I tell you, depression is real, especially in the cold. You're just indoors. you don't even want to go out. Like, I've been indoors in the morning. I went to church yesterday evening. Sometimes I go for evening mass. I'm Catholic. It's Saturday evening mass, so I don't have to go on Sunday when I have some things lined up to do, or when I am reading in church. So yesterday I read in church, read the Bible for some of you who are Catholics. Yeah, took the reading, lay reader, and so I've just been here on like Sunday. Woke up. I had to do some work, but yeah, it's cold out there. It is really cold. You're like, what are you even going to do? If you are Yoruba, keep the Mombaka. I mean, I'm not, yeah. So the cold is discouraging, and it's going to be cold for the next 6 months. Right. So imagine you don't have any friends. I mean, now I have one or two friends, but not the same way I had in the US. Had panic attack earlier this year that I realized how tough it could be for immigrants. I'm so sorry for the panic attack you had. I'm really sorry, but yes, it's pretty tough. How did you deal with that? Have you made friends now? The winter is wintering in the UK. It just got worse today. What's your weather? Is it snowing in the UK? Do you want to come up and gist with us, please? Come up and gist with us now. Let's talk about weather. Let's compare. Let's compare notes. Melanie Secret, come up now. Request. Let's just. The winter is wintry, no. It is. It is cold. Yesterday when I went out, like went to church in the evening, it was super cold. I couldn't wait to get back. Thankfully for like we have heaters right in our cars. But yeah, what happened in the UK today? You said it just got worse. What happened? Please request. Let's just now. What happened? Yeah, it's tough. And Mero. Okay. I'm accepting Abby Cheek. I'm just going to accept. Sorry, give me one moment. Mero, how did you do? Hello.
I'm shivering.
You're welcome. Welcome. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. All right, Mercy, say hi. Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
You're good?
Good. Good.
This is, in fact, look at our view outside.
Oh, let me see. Is it snowing? Oh, I mean, this is small. My sister, this is small.
Ah,
Oh,
honestly, I'm shivering here.
you're shivering. I imagine that.
I was just telling my husband, I said, go and check this heater. It needs to be on 20. I usually wear socks, you know.
Yes, yes. Sometimes I mean, thankfully, in this my apartment building, the heating is they're very generous with their heating, so it's not like personalized indoors. So it's a central heating system. So they're very generous. But it gets pretty when it gets really cold. I'm like, I wear socks, wear my um robe, everything. You're like, ha. So yeah, you're dealing with struggles of life, and then you know how to deal with cold. Please.
Welcome to Canada. If you're not ready,
I know. I know.
suffer cold. You get used to it.
I know. So how has it been? How has it been generally for you?
It's okay. We came here 2 years ago. We came
Mm-hmm.
January 2020 as permanent residents.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been here for 2 years, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been good. Canada is a great country. It has its perks, it has its struggles, but
Yes.
overall, I think it's the best decision anybody can make. There's so much to get.
Compared to living in Nigeria, right?
Let's not talk about Nigeria. That is a long journey ahead.
What would you say is your biggest challenge living in Canada?
I think, first of all, the cold. Then secondly, I think I would also say the lack of family support, like not having your family around. It's a tough
Especially you that
one.
had kids, right?
Oh my God. My mom just left. My mom was here for 6 months. So she left.
You're blessed. Yeah, I
But,
don't have my mom anymore, so I'm like, oh God, when I
oh,
get married and have kids, what's going to happen to me? But I mean,
oh.
I trust that.
No, I actually did have
I-
my daughter here alone. Like my mom had to because of COVID, so she
Mhm.
couldn't come immediately. She came when my daughter was already 1 year plus. So it's not like she came at that time that I really needed her with my son and my daughter. And you toughen up. You like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You can do it.
Exactly,
I don't look
exactly.
for people that are doing it. And then
Oh
I
yeah,
think another thing that I would say is a challenge too is like the how to pass the culture to the kids. Because first of all, for language, for example, I'm Igbo and I'm looking at next year trying to teach them Igbo language. Of course, some of the foods, the Nigerian food, it's too spicy, mommy. So definitely your kids are going to lose some of that culture, definitely. They're already not even
of course.
growing up in Nigeria.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But is it? I know that there's someone online who is teaching Nigerian culture, Nigerian languages. I think Niger Lang, that's her handle. She
I'll check
teaches
it out.
Nigeria. Yeah, Niger Lang. I think yeah, that's her. Yeah, I think that would be helpful because I'm sure you're busy. You are doing other things. You may want to just outsource that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, want
And I
to just
think,
outsource that. Mhm.
yes. Yeah, and I also think the last thing that I know I miss is the food. Oh, I miss
Where
Nigeria.
are you? No, where are you? Because I know this Nigerian food in the sense. I mean, I miss some things,
Yeah.
but yeah, in Toronto, there's a lot. Like, of course, you
Oh,
have to
you're
pay
in
for it.
Toronto. You find the hub. We are in Lethbridge, Alberta. So it's 2 hours away
Oh,
from Calgary. It's
oh,
we have lots of Nigerian population because we have two institutions. We have the University of Lethbridge and we have Lethbridge College.
mhm.
But honestly, you can't get it like the way you want it.
Like the way you want it, exactly.
Yeah,
But do you have like
yeah,
an
I feel
African
horrible.
store? Do
We
you have
do
like an
have
African?
we
Yeah,
have
but
one is run by Ghanaian. So most of the time when I come to her store, she doesn't even know what she's selling because she has lots of Nigerian stuff, but she will tell you
that's a
I
need.
don't know
But
what.
that's a need for you. You need to start a business.
Yes, I know. Probably some down.
Business. Start
Then
a
we have another
business.
one she has, but then I think most people would rather go to Calgary and buy in bulk and drive all the way. So I
Oh.
think we don't really have that support. Gracie, look at my daughter. She's just jumping that step. Just take a good.
Oh my God. She's happy. Yeah,
Oh,
so you
she's a
should you
Canadian
should
baby. She's the one I had here. So
uh, yeah, you should think about it at, like for business sakes, like if you don't have that Nigerian presence in terms of food and or like you know think about it long term. I think it would help before somebody comes and takes over.
yes, you're right. Though. Even the
Yes.
Nigerian restaurants won't be bad, honestly.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It wouldn't be bad. Like, I mean, it's difficult to run a restaurant. I wouldn't lie. It's
Yeah.
difficult to run. You have to be on ground. But if there's nobody there right now, I mean, it's something that I think that you should look into.
Stop, stop,
You
stop.
should look into. So, what would you say is your best thing about Canada? We talked about the challenges.
Well, I'll say the where do I start from? The access to lots of things. For example,
Okay.
like childcare, for example, the assistance, the money they pay for people that have kids. Then the fact that my son is in skating, he's in swimming, like those skills,
And look at those. See, me, I
you
have to pay for